Hey there, I'm Joe Crawford of artlung.com. Pretty much every day I go to CSSBattle.dev and do the daily target. Let's do it. Oh, there's a real subtlety here, isn't there? Look at that. Goodness. Uh, all right. I'm going to do the hard thing. Do this with the nested template, conic gradient, and a clip path shape. Let's see how far we get. All right. So I want conic gradient, which is uh, purple, orange, yellow, orange, right? So we start actually with the first orange. Copy, copy. We need that again. We need yellow in between. And we need transparent as the third color. And then we need the proper color stops, 25%, 0, and we need a comma. 0, 50%, comma. 0, 75%, comma, 0. All right. We need the proper margins on the body. 10, so 10, 20, 21, 22. This needs to be smaller. 10, 12. Okay. The background position for this is going to be 0, 0. Do we need both? Yes. Or do we need just one? Maybe we might just need which one? 0. And then the width is 100 pixels. And we're 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 210, 20, 30, 40. Perfect. So now we just have that one little bit that's different. So we want the clip path. Clip path, usually when I do shape, I start with a polygon. So clip path, polygon. And I'm going to do top corner, 0, 0, top left corner, top right corner, 100% 0, bottom right corner, 100%, 100%. And then we need to do 240 pixels, 100%. So you can see that there. And then 50%, we'll call it 90%. And then 120 pixels, 100%. And then 0, 100%, bottom left corner. All right, so there we've got a lot of that. So let's move that point down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 93%. Okay. So right now that's a polygon. We need a curve. So that means we need a shape. So this syntax is shape. We start it with a from, and then we end it with a end. Do I need it? I think we do. Comma, end. And then if I do line 2 before each one, it should drop into place. And then I'm going to make that polygon not work. From 0, 0, line 2, line 2. There it is. Okay, so now that is the correct thing. All right, so then we need to change the line 2. Two of these line 2s need to be curves. So it's these lines. So line 2, so curve 2, 50%, 33%. width. So there's a weird curve. And actually, just a width with the same values. And that creates the straight line, but we have the correct syntax. And then another line two, or another curve two, and then another width, 120 pixels, 100%. All right, now we need to move those points. So we want those points to be at the midway point. So probably it's going to be, so for the first one, we want it to be 60, 110, 101. There we go. That's kind of a curve. You see that? How about 59, 58? And then let's move it down to 99, 99, 98. So I'm going to keep adjusting. Okay, we decrease it. 8, 7, 6, 5, no, 60, 61, 2, 3, 4. This might be a bad idea. I might not be able to get it. I'm not good enough, possibly, with these curves to get this right. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start again. These 50, 50 and 93%. So, okay, so that point is, I need it to be, let's think through these numbers. So if this is 120 times 3, 360 over, midway point is 180. How about, let's try 190 pixels and 100 pixels. Okay. 200 pixels, 210, 20, 30, 40, 200, 10. All right, we're in the ballpark. 5. There we go. That's not bad. We might have what we need curve wise. Okay. So that was harder than I wanted it to be. So for this one, it's kind of the opposite. So 360, the vertical should, might not be the same. 240 pixels. I'm just giving them the same curves and then move them backwards. 1, 8, 7, 6, 5. Let's submit that. Let's see if that works. If I can get to 100%, then I'm going to accept this because that was like a pool player. Okay, I'll take that. So that's the clip path shape. So from point, line to 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 point, and then a curve to yeah, like that. All right, yeah. Minify, unit place, and submit for a final. All right, what if I didn't want to do that? How about let's try the blank template and see how far we get. I'm going to put that background on there. And like that. So I'm going to make 2. Okay. let's push this down. I guess we need to put margins here. And we're going to need border radius 0, 0. Let's try 1 inch, 0. Okay, so 10, 12, 25, 30. And this height needs to be a little more, 3, 4. All right, and so we have these margins of 30, 12. So we want 30, 12. Okay, and then we're going to increase this number 1. So I want to match that shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm going to change this border radius. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Ooh, close. So the idea is to create 2 of these, 2 paragraph elements that match that curve. And can I do it is the question, because I think it needs to overlap. I could be wrong about that, though. Or okay, there it is. That's what I wanted. When I create a second one, okay, so P plus P is, I'm going to scale it by flipping it horizontally, which will be -1, but I don't want to do it vertically. 1. And then it's in the wrong place, so I need to translate it. I'm going to use a translate rather than futz with the margins, because margins is what's making it as wide as it is. So let's do, so that's probably, positionally it's down here, so it needs to move over some amount and then up minus 300 pixels. There it is, minus 2827, and then over 110, 20, 30, 32, 25, 26, 27, 28. And let's submit that. A little simpler, a little simpler. Let's see if we get to 100%. And there it is. So let's minify and replace. So that's 2 ways to approach this one. So these are overlapping. Because of this curve, I don't know that we could get a border radius to do this if this was 2 elements right up against each other. It's possible that you can, with a more complicated, possibly with the border radius with a slash, right? So you can have border radius that have these odd, interesting kind of definitions. Can I change that? Yeah, I can. And I'm going to, yeah, that's a final answer. 2 ways. Super fun. 15 minutes. Thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well out there this fine weekend. Take care of yourself. It is hard out there. Go make a webpage. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to each other, and I'll see you around.